ancient shamans communicated with spirits and what they saw. Shamanism is one of the world's oldest spiritual practices, deeply interwoven with the mystical realms of the unknown. For centuries, ancient shamans have been the bridge between the human world and the spirit world, acting as mediators between realms seen and unseen. As spiritual leaders, healers, and guides, shamans have carried the sacred duty of communicating with spirits to bring wisdom, protection, and healing to their communities. But what exactly did they see when they ventured into these otherworldly realms? What visions, messages, or entities did they encounter when they crossed the boundary between the physical world and the spirit world? As the ancient Roman philosopher and statesman Cicero once said, to live in harmony with the divine forces that govern the universe is to truly understand the will of the gods. Shamans, through their spiritual journeys, embody this pursuit, seeking to harmonize the physical and spiritual for the benefit of humanity. In ancient societies, shamans were seen as more than just spiritual leaders, they were the lifeblood of the community's connection to the divine and the supernatural. Their roles were multifaceted, encompassing responsibilities that reached far beyond the ceremonial or ritualistic. Shamans were the healers of their time, often called upon when sickness or mental distress afflicted members of their tribe. They wielded knowledge of plants, herbs, and energy healing to cure ailments, acting as the physical and spiritual doctors of their people. Medicine is the restoration of discordant elements, sickness is discord, arising from the principle of contraries. Plato, ancient Greek philosopher. Plato's insight resonates with the shamanic approach to healing, which sought to restore harmony between body, spirit, and the natural world. As spiritual guides, shamans were sought for wisdom in times of uncertainty or crises. They were the keepers of ancient knowledge, offering counsel on everything from crop planting to battles, from guiding souls in the afterlife to interpreting dreams and visions. Shamans were also leaders, trusted by their tribes to maintain harmony between the earthly and spiritual realms. Their rituals ensured balance, prosperity, and the spiritual protection of the community. At the heart of shamanism lies a profound understanding of the spirit world and the belief that everything in nature, every stone, tree, animal, and even the elements themselves, possesses a spirit. This interconnected view of the world, known as animism, held that all natural forces had consciousness and were intimately linked to human beings. The spiritual world was not separate or distant but was embedded within the fabric of daily life. This belief system was foundational to the shaman's role, for it allowed them to perceive and interact with spirits that inhabited all living things. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Albert Einstein, theoretical physicist. Einstein's words echo the animistic principle of the shamanic worldview, emphasizing the unity and wisdom found within the natural world. In many cultures, ancestor worship further amplified the spiritual responsibility of the shaman. Ancestors, revered as guides and protectors, were believed to maintain an active role in the life of the tribe even after death. Shamans communicated with these ancestral spirits, receiving advice and blessings for the community. In this system, the past, present, and future were intricately connected, and the shaman's role was to maintain this cosmic order through communication with both the living and the deceased. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana, philosopher and poet. This underscores the shaman's vital role in connecting the wisdom of ancestors to the present, ensuring the continuity and learning of their community. Through these beliefs, shamans navigated a world where spirit and matter were inseparable, and their spiritual power came from a deep understanding of this connection. By connecting to spirits of the earth, ancestors, and other realms, shamans were entrusted with the profound responsibility of guiding their people not only through physical challenges but also through spiritual evolution. Shamans have always used a variety of methods to communicate with the spirit world, each technique carefully cultivated to induce altered states of consciousness, allowing them to transcend the physical realm and enter the mystical dimensions where spirits reside. These methods, which range from the rhythmic sounds of drumming to the ingestion of sacred plants, have been central to the shamanic tradition, facilitating the mystical journey into the unseen. Here, we explore the different tools and practices shamans use to connect with spirits. One of the most powerful tools in a shaman's arsenal is the use of rhythmic drumming and music. The repetitive beat of a drum serves as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, guiding the shaman into altered states of consciousness. This drumming, often accompanied by chanting or the use of rattles, is designed to induce a trance-like state known as the shamanic journey. The rhythm of the drum mimics the natural heartbeat, lulling the shaman into a deep state of focused attention and meditative trance. As the beat becomes faster or slower, it helps the shaman shift between different layers of consciousness, opening up portals to the spirit world. Drumming is not merely a form of music but a sacred act that tunes the mind and spirit to a frequency that allows the shaman to travel beyond ordinary perception. In this trance state, shamans are able to communicate with spirits, receive visions, and journey into the realms where they can interact with ancestral or nature spirits, heal the sick, or gain guidance for their community. The constant rhythm helps them maintain focus and navigate the spirit world, ensuring that they remain grounded while exploring the unknown. Another key element of shamanic practice is the use of psychedelic plants and herbs that induce visionary states. Sacred plants such as peyote, ayahuasca, psilocybin mushrooms, and the San Pedro cactus have been integral to many indigenous cultures' spiritual practices. These plants, known for their psychoactive properties, are often ingested during ceremonies to facilitate deep spiritual journeys, allowing shamans to transcend the boundaries of ordinary perception and access the spiritual realms. Psychedelic substances were not seen as recreational drugs but as sacred tools meant to open the mind and facilitate a deeper connection with the spirit world. These substances are thought to dissolve the ego and create a direct link to the divine, revealing truths that are hidden to the everyday mind. In the shamanic context, these plants are used with great reverence, often under the guidance of an experienced shaman, to ensure that the experience is purposeful and safe. For instance, ayahuasca, a powerful brew made from jungle vines and leaves, has been used by indigenous tribes in the Amazon for centuries. It is believed to connect the drinker with spirits, ancestors, and divine beings, offering visions of healing, knowledge, and guidance. Similarly, peyote, a cactus with psychoactive properties, is consumed by Native American tribes during ceremonies to help individuals receive visions and messages from the spirit world. Through the consumption of these plants, shamans are believed to receive messages from the spirits, gain insights into their community's needs, and perform healing practices. These experiences are often described as vivid visions, encounters with spirit animals, or journeys through otherworldly realms where the boundaries between the physical and spiritual worlds dissolve. In addition to drumming and plant medicine, meditation and visualization are essential practices that allow shamans to communicate with spirits. These practices involve focused intention, where the shaman enters a state of deep meditation, often with the goal of connecting with specific spirits or accessing hidden knowledge from the spiritual realm. Shamans use visualization techniques to see beyond the physical world. They may visualize themselves traveling through forests, rivers, or mountains, each landscape representing a different spiritual realm or dimension. Within these visions, they may meet with spirit guides, ancestors, or nature spirits who communicate messages, offer healing, or provide insight into life's mysteries. The ability to visualize and interact with these entities is not just a mental exercise but a spiritual practice that requires deep focus and discipline. In many cases, the shaman may call upon specific spirit animals or divine beings to assist them in their journey. For example, a shaman might seek the wisdom of a jaguar to guide them through the lower worlds, or the eagle to provide a bird's-eye view of the spiritual realm. These spirits are seen as helpers or allies, offering their strength, wisdom, or protection as the shaman journeys through otherworldly dimensions. Shamans also use sacred rituals and ceremonies to create a safe and powerful space for spirit communication. These rituals are sacred and designed to honor the spirits, asking for their blessings, guidance, and protection. Rituals vary across cultures but often include offerings, prayers, and the creation of sacred spaces that act as gateways for the spirit world to enter the physical realm. They prepare their space with specific symbols, incense, sacred objects, and ceremonial tools, each of which has its own spiritual significance. The ceremonial space is considered to be a portal, a place where the boundaries between the human world and the spirit world are thin, allowing for clear communication. In many cases, rituals include offerings to the spirits, food, tobacco, water, or other items deemed sacred. These offerings are made to honor the spirits and ask for their cooperation. The ritual might also involve singing specific chants or invoking the names of deities or ancestors. These prayers and invocations serve to establish a connection between the physical and spiritual realms, facilitating the shaman's ability to communicate with spirits. The creation of sacred spaces during rituals also allows shamans to journey safely, knowing that they are protected and guided by the spirits they are attempting to communicate with. The ritual acts as both a protective barrier and a channel for messages, ensuring that the shaman's spiritual work is guided by the divine and the ancestors. Shamans, through their deep meditative journeys and altered states of consciousness, often report seeing incredible visions, spectral landscapes, spiritual beings, and profound symbols that carry hidden meanings. These visions form the heart of shamanic practice and are essential in their roles as spiritual healers, guides, and mediators. The spirit world, as revealed in these journeys, is filled with vibrant life, profound wisdom, and mysterious entities, all of which have a deep impact on the shaman and their community. Shamans frequently describe their spiritual journeys as vivid encounters with spirits, gods, and otherworldly entities, each playing a distinct role in the unfolding narrative of their visions. Often, these visions occur in alternate realms, worlds that exist alongside our own but remain hidden from everyday perception. These realms are inhabited by spiritual beings. Spirits of nature, ancestors, gods, and even forces of creation or destruction. One of the most common experiences reported by shamans is the encounter with spirit animals. These animals are more than just symbols, they are seen as living, guiding spirits that provide wisdom, protection, and strength during the shaman's journey. A shaman may see through the eyes of the animal, experiencing life from their perspective. For example, a shaman might find themselves seeing the world from the viewpoint of a wolf, feeling the raw energy and keen instincts that guide the animal through the forest. The wolf, often a symbol of loyalty, protection, and intuition, might offer insight or messages about the shaman's own path. In addition to animals, shamans frequently encounter ancestors, revered figures from the past who serve as mentors, guides, or protectors. These ancestral spirits provide wisdom that is passed down through generations, guiding the shaman in their role as a spiritual leader. The ancestral realm is not just a space for communication but a powerful force that connects the shaman to the lineage of their people, ensuring the continuation of sacred traditions. Shamans also journey into realms where they meet gods or deities, sometimes to seek guidance or blessing, and other times to receive healing or divine protection. These gods may appear in visions as radiant beings or ethereal figures, often embodying forces of nature like the sun, moon, or water. The visions might involve direct communication, where the god offers knowledge or tasks to the shaman, or they may reveal cosmic truths about the nature of existence, life, and death. The use of symbolism is a constant in these visions. Shamans often encounter symbols, such as doors, pathways, or sacred objects, that hold deep meanings and guide their actions within the spirit world. These symbols may take the form of specific colors, animals, or geometric patterns, each representing an element of spiritual growth or insight. A shaman might witness cosmic events, celestial movements, planetary alignments, or the birth and death of stars, that symbolize profound changes in the spiritual and earthly realms. Shamanic journeys often involve a trip to what is known as the three worlds: the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world. These realms are integral to the shaman's understanding of life, death, and spiritual healing. The upper world is considered the realm of spirits, gods, and higher consciousness. It is often envisioned as a skyward space, sometimes referred to as the realm of the heavens. Shamans who travel here may seek direct contact with divine beings or cosmic energies. In many traditions, the upper world is seen as the place where souls go after death, a world of light and spiritual ascension. Shamans enter this realm to receive divine guidance, ask for blessings, or to connect with enlightened beings who can offer wisdom and healing. It is a place of clarity, cosmic order, and spiritual power. The middle world is the earthly plane, the world we experience in our day-to-day lives. However, in shamanic journeys, this realm is seen not just as a physical space, but as a place rich with spiritual meaning. Shamans journey here to interact with spirits that inhabit the physical world, such as plants, animals, and natural forces. The middle world is also the space where shamans may heal individuals, find lost souls, or retrieve important knowledge that can impact the community. In a sense, this world is both physical and spiritual, bridging the two realms in which shamans work. The lower world is often seen as the realm of ancestors, earth spirits, and the underworld. It is a place of deep mystery and transformation, where shamans can contact their ancestors or spirits of the earth for wisdom, healing, or guidance. This realm is often dark, subterranean, and filled with symbols of the unconscious mind, deep caves, rivers, or tunnels. Shamans enter the lower world to confront fears, gain knowledge about past lives, or to seek power from ancestral spirits who guard the soul's journey through time. It is considered the realm of deep spiritual work, as it deals with matters of death, rebirth, and transformation. Integral to the shaman's spiritual practice are the spirit guides, entities or beings that assist the shaman during their journeys. These guides can take many forms, but one of the most common is the spirit animal. A spirit animal is a spiritual guide that embodies certain qualities and provides the shaman with wisdom, strength, and direction. The wolf, often symbolizing loyalty, leadership, and courage, the wolf is a protector and guide, showing the shaman how to navigate through challenges with wisdom and resilience. The eagle, representing vision, freedom, and higher perspective, the eagle teaches the shaman to rise above earthly concerns and see the bigger picture from a divine perspective. The serpent, a symbol of transformation, healing, and wisdom, the serpent is often seen as a guide through the lower world, offering insight into hidden knowledge and the ability to shed old skins and emerge renewed. The bear, known for its strength and connection to the earth, the bear represents protection, introspection, and healing. Shamans may encounter the bear in visions when seeking grounding and strength in their journeys. Spirit guides are not limited to animals, they can also appear in the form of ancestors, angels, deities, or even elemental forces like wind or water. These guides offer protection, wisdom, and healing during the shaman's spiritual journeys, often serving as intermediaries between the shaman and the spirits they seek to communicate with. The relationship between the shaman and their spirit guides is one of deep mutual respect and cooperation, with the guides providing the shaman with the knowledge needed to fulfill their role as healers and spiritual leaders. The shaman's communication with the spirit world was not only about experiencing visions or seeking guidance, it also played a vital role in the practical, everyday lives of the community. Shamans used their deep connection to the spiritual realms to gain knowledge and insights that were essential for healing, divination, and protection. Through their interactions with spirits, shamans became the healers, seers, and protectors of their tribes, guiding their people through challenges and ensuring their well-being in both the spiritual and physical realms. One of the most important roles of the shaman was to heal both the body and the spirit. Shamans often received direct knowledge from spirits on how to cure ailments, cure diseases, and restore balance to the body and mind. This knowledge was often acquired during shamanic journeys to the spirit world, where the shaman would meet with spiritual beings, ancestors, or spirit guides who would offer healing wisdom. Shamans learned about herbal remedies from the spirits, who would show them which plants, roots, and herbs had healing properties. Through visions or direct guidance, the shaman was instructed on how to prepare these remedies, which could be used to treat a wide range of illnesses, from physical wounds to mental disturbances. These plants were often considered sacred, and their usage was guided by strict rituals and deep respect for their spiritual power. Energy healing was another form of knowledge passed down to shamans. Spirits would teach shamans how to manipulate the energy of the body and the environment to heal. Through these practices, shamans could restore balance to a person's energy field, often curing ailments that had no physical explanation. This could involve laying hands on the sick, using sacred chants, or directing energy flow through specific areas of the body to remove blockages or restore vitality. As ancient Greek philosopher Hippocrates, often called the father of medicine, said, "The natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force in getting well." This idea aligns with shamanic practices that tap into the energy and vitality within a person to restore health and balance. Shamans also played a critical role in healing mental illnesses or emotional disturbances. In some cultures, illness was not viewed as something purely physical, but as an imbalance in the person's soul or spirit. Shamans communicated with spirits to understand the root causes of a person's suffering, whether it was caused by emotional trauma, spiritual disturbances, or ancestral imbalances. Healing ceremonies often involve deep spiritual work, including ritual purification, soul retrieval, and energy clearing, all guided by the wisdom that the shaman received from the spirit world. Like Einstein said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. This perspective supports the shamanic understanding of energy fields and the importance of balancing them for healing. There are many powerful stories of shamanic healing ceremonies where spirits communicated directly with the shaman to provide insights into a person's condition. In some cases, the spirits would reveal the spiritual root of an illness, showing the shaman the past life trauma or ancestral karmic imbalances that were manifesting as physical or emotional disease. Through these revelations, shamans would be able to guide the patient through healing processes that brought both spiritual and physical recovery. Divination and prophecy. Shamans were also the seers and prophets of their tribes, using their connection with the spirit world to divine future events and guide their people through uncertain times. Communication with spirits often involved receiving visions, dreams, or messages that foretold future occurrences. These messages were crucial for the tribe's survival and prosperity, guiding them in decisions about harvests, battles, and migration. In many cultures, shamans would use divination techniques such as reading the patterns of natural phenomena, like the flight of birds, the movement of clouds, or the patterns of animal tracks, to gain insights from spirits. Shamans also relied heavily on prophetic dreams, which were considered a direct line of communication from the spirit world. These dreams often contained messages or symbols that would later come to pass, influencing decisions regarding everything from battles to marriage and trade. As modern spiritual teacher Deepak Chopra once stated, accessing the wisdom of the invisible world starts with the stillness of the present moment. This sentiment reflects the shamanic practice of connecting with the spirit world through focused intention, quiet observation, and rituals. For example, a shaman might receive a vision from the spirit world about an upcoming battle. The spirits might show the shaman which path the enemy would take or reveal weaknesses in the enemy's strategy. These visions were shared with the tribe's leaders, helping them plan military strategies and avoid defeat. Similarly, shamans would receive prophetic messages related to harvests. In agrarian societies, understanding when to plant or harvest was essential for survival. The spirits might provide signs, such as the behavior of animals or changes in the sky, signaling the best time for planting crops. If there was an impending drought or famine, shamans might receive a warning through their connection with spirits, allowing the community to prepare and adapt. One of the most famous prophetic shamanic visions involved a battle where a shaman saw the outcome through a dream. The spirits revealed a tactical mistake that would lead to defeat, saving countless lives when the advice was heeded. These kinds of prophecies were considered divine messages and were treated with the utmost respect and seriousness by the entire community. The role of the shaman as a spiritual protector was indispensable. Shamans were the guardians of the tribe's spiritual health, defending their people from evil spirits, curses, and dark forces. They were highly attuned to the spiritual energy around them and could sense disturbances or malevolent forces that could harm their community. One of the primary tasks of the shaman was to ward off evil spirits. These spirits were often seen as the cause of illness, misfortune, and even death. Shamans would communicate with protective spirits or ancestors to seek guidance on how to banish these malevolent forces. They used powerful rituals and ceremonies to create protective barriers around the tribe, using sacred symbols, chants, and objects that were believed to possess the power to repel dark spirits. These rituals could involve the use of sacred herbs, stones, or amulets that carried protective energy. Shamans also acted as spiritual warriors. In many indigenous cultures, shamans would face down dangerous spirits or other supernatural entities that posed a threat to their people. Using their spiritual strength and knowledge, they would enter into battles in the spirit world, often wielding sacred weapons or invoking the power of higher deities to fight for their people's safety. These battles were not fought with physical weapons, but through spiritual force, the shaman's will and connection to the divine. The concept of spiritual illness was also prevalent in many cultures, where negative spirits were believed to cause harm not only through physical means, but also through spiritual influences. Shamans could identify when a person was under the influence of such spirits and would work to release the person from their grasp. This could involve healing rituals, ceremonies of purification, or even exorcisms where the shaman would expel the negative energy or spirits that had attached themselves to an individual. In addition to spiritual warfare, shamans were also responsible for protecting the community from natural disasters or calamities. If a storm, flood, or earthquake was imminent, shamans would receive warnings from spirits and communicate these to the tribe. In some instances, shamans could perform rituals to appease nature spirits or deities to calm the storms or prevent disasters from occurring. The legacy of shamanism and its modern interpretations. Shamanism, though rooted in ancient traditions, continues to have a profound influence on contemporary spiritual practices. From modern energy healing to psychedelic therapy and vision quests, the essence of shamanic wisdom transcends time and finds its place in today's world. Despite being a practice deeply connected to the past, shamanism is seeing a resurgence as people seek deeper connections with the spiritual realm. The need for spirit communication has not diminished, and in many ways, it has adapted to meet the demands of a rapidly changing world. The echoes of ancient shamanism can still be felt today in various forms of modern spirituality. In recent years, there has been a noticeable resurgence of interest in shamanic practices, with more people seeking to reconnect with the wisdom of the earth, the spirit world, and the cycles of nature. These practices, which were once considered esoteric or fringe, are now widely embraced in many spiritual circles, blending with New Age philosophies and modern therapeutic techniques. New Age healing, New Age spirituality has drawn heavily from shamanic practices, particularly in the realms of energy healing, rituals, and spiritual journeys. Today, practices such as Reiki, chakra balancing, and spiritual cleansing are rooted in ancient shamanic principles that focus on the flow of energy and the importance of maintaining balance between the body, mind, and spirit. Many contemporary healers draw from shamanic rituals to clear blocked energy, restore vitality, and help clients align with their higher selves. The use of crystals, sacred symbols, and ritualistic practices directly ties into the ancient shamanic understanding of the spiritual world. Psychedelic therapy, one of the most striking modern interpretations of shamanism, is the growing field of psychedelic therapy, where substances like ayahuasca, psilocybin, magic mushrooms, and peyote are used in controlled environments to facilitate healing and spiritual awakening. These substances, long used in shamanic ceremonies, are now being explored by Western medicine for their potential to treat mental health disorders, such as depression, PTSD, and addiction. The therapeutic use of these substances has brought ancient shamanic practices back into the spotlight, as they offer profound insights into the human psyche and provide an avenue for spirit communication, much like they did for ancient shamans. Vision quests and retreats. In modern times, the concept of the vision quest, a rite of passage in which individuals go on a spiritual journey, often in solitude, to seek guidance and clarity, is being embraced by people from all walks of life. Many retreat centers around the world now offer opportunities for individuals to engage in vision quests, where they undertake physical and spiritual journeys into nature, guided by shamanic principles. These quests often involve fasting, meditation, and ceremonial rituals designed to connect individuals with spirit guides, ancestors, and the natural world in a profound and transformative way. The modern interest in shamanism can also be seen in the growing number of shamanic practitioners, modern-day shamans who offer spiritual healing, guidance, and mentorship based on traditional shamanic knowledge. These individuals often incorporate a blend of ancient rituals with contemporary approaches to health, personal growth, and spiritual development. Despite living in a world dominated by technology, science, and materialism, spirit communication remains an essential part of many people's spiritual practices. People today still seek guidance, healing, and protection from the spiritual realm, much like their ancient ancestors did. The methods may have changed, but the underlying need to connect with spirits remains as relevant as ever. Mediums and channeling. One of the most direct ways people communicate with spirits today is through mediums, individuals who claim to have the ability to channel spirits and relay messages from the deceased or other spiritual beings. Mediums, or spiritual messengers, serve as intermediaries between the physical world and the spirit realm, much like the shamans of old. Modern mediums often work in private consultations, spiritual circles, or even online platforms to provide messages, offer healing, and connect individuals with their ancestors, spirit guides, or deceased loved ones. Mediumship practices have become widely accepted in many spiritual communities, with numerous books, workshops, and online resources available for those interested in learning more. The continued desire for spiritual connection, especially with departed loved ones, highlights the timeless nature of the shamanic tradition of spirit communication. Energy healing is another area where spirit communication plays a significant role. Just as ancient shamans used spiritual energy to heal the sick and balance the body, modern energy healers tap into the subtle energies of the body and spirit to promote healing and well-being. Practices like Reiki, Qi-Gong, and healing touch involve channeling energy to unblock spiritual or emotional blockages, much in the same way shamans would call upon spirit allies or ancestors to heal a person's body or mind. Spirit guides, ancestors, and deities are often called upon during energy healing sessions to provide guidance, protection, and support. This type of healing is increasingly popular in the West, where people are looking for alternatives to traditional medicine and seeking more holistic approaches to health. Spirit guides and intuition, another form of spirit communication in modern times, involves spirit guides, who are believed to be non-physical beings or energies that provide guidance, protection, and insight throughout a person's life. These guides can be angels, ancestors, or even higher aspects of the individual's own consciousness. Many people today engage in practices like meditation, journaling, and visualization to connect with their spirit guides, often receiving valuable insights about their life path, purpose, and challenges. In addition to spirit guides, modern mystics and spiritual seekers also rely on intuition and psychic abilities to communicate with the spiritual realm. These abilities, though often viewed with skepticism, are rooted in ancient traditions of shamanism and mysticism, where intuition was considered a direct line of communication with the divine. People today use their intuition to receive messages, make decisions, and navigate their spiritual journeys, much as shamans did in the past. Shamanism's legacy lives on in modern spiritual practices, where the core principles of spirit communication, healing, and guidance remain integral to the human experience. Whether through psychedelic therapy, energy healing, vision quests, or mediumship, the search for spiritual connection and wisdom continues to thrive in contemporary society. As more people seek to reconnect with the unseen world, shamanic practices are being adapted to address modern needs, providing individuals with the tools to navigate life's challenges, gain clarity, and tap into the wisdom of the spirits. Despite the advances of science and technology, the need for spiritual guidance remains as potent as ever. In an increasingly complex and disconnected world, the ancient wisdom of shamanism offers a bridge to the divine, reminding us of our deep connection to the earth, the cosmos, and the spirit world that surrounds us. The work of shamans, whether ancient or modern, continues to inspire, heal, and guide us on our spiritual journeys. The legacy of ancient shamans is proof to the profound connection between humanity and the spiritual realm. Shamans, through their unique abilities to communicate with spirits, bridged the gap between the physical world and the unseen forces that govern life, death, and the cycles of existence. They were healers, seers, and protectors, whose wisdom and knowledge were passed down through generations, providing essential guidance for their communities. Their ability to enter altered states of consciousness and commune with spirits, be they ancestors, deities, or nature spirits, allowed them to offer healing, prophecy, and protection, ensuring the balance of both the spiritual and material worlds. These sacred practices, deeply rooted in reverence for nature and the unseen, carry a mysterious and sacred quality that continues to captivate us. Even today, the idea that we can communicate with realms beyond our own, whether through dreams, visions, or spiritual guides, remains a powerful and comforting concept. Ancient shamanic traditions remind us that there is more to life than what meets the eye, and that the spirit world is as real and integral to our existence as the physical world. In a modern world dominated by technology, science, and materialism, it's easy to overlook or dismiss the spiritual practices of our ancestors. Yet, the question remains, What might we be missing in today's world, where technology and materialism have replaced the ancient ways of spirit communication? In the rush to innovate and modernize, have we lost touch with the wisdom that can only be found in quiet moments of connection with the spirit world? Perhaps the answers to the deeper questions of life still lie hidden in the sacred practices of the shamans who knew that the world is much more than what we can see with our eyes, and that the spiritual realm is waiting to be rediscovered. If you found this content insightful and valuable, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with others who might benefit from it. Your support helps spread knowledge and positivity to a wider audience. Thank you.